Once Upon a Time Stories from Leicester Library's Neighbourhood Services. I'm Paul, and the story I'm going to share with you today is Where Can an Elephant Hide? Now, elephants, like all of us, loved playing games. He loved football. He loved chase. But there was one game he didn't like at all. He hated it, and it was hide and seek. Why was that? Everybody loves hide and seek, but the elephant didn't. He had a problem. He was too big. He had big ears, long trunk, a big head, a big back, a big belly, and a big bottom. He was too big. So he always got found first. See ya, found ya, gotcha. See ya, found ya, gotcha. There was nowhere he could hide. So one day when the little bird came to the jungle and told the animals, "Everybody hide, the hunters are coming!" The elephant said, "What am I going to do? I'm too big. I've got nowhere to hide." The animals said, "Don't worry. We're all in this together. We will help you find the perfect place to hide." The first to help was the tiger. The tiger said, "I tell you what you want to do. You hide with me. When I want to hide, I lie down in the long, long grass, and no one can see me." Because tigers, as you know, are stripy. And if they lie down in the long grass, they're very hard to see. Camouflaged is the word. So the elephant went into the grass and he sat down. Could he hide there? No. His ears stuck out. His trunk stuck out. His head stuck out. His back stuck out. His belly stuck out. And his bottom stuck out. He was too big. It's not working, he said. I can't hide there. So he went to see the monkey. Monkey said, "Where can I hide?" Monkey said, "Well, when I want to hide, all I do, climb up a tree. Always works for me." "I can't climb the tree," said the elephant. "Yes, you can. Come on, you haven't even tried. I bet you can do it now." So the elephant did try. He held on with his trunk, and he held on with his legs, and he wriggled and wriggled and wriggled and wriggled, and the tree went, boom, and landed on the ground. You could see his big ears. You could see his long trunk. You could see his big head. You could see his back. You could see his belly. And you could see his big bottom too. Oh no, I can't hide there. Who can help me now? So he went to see the tortoise. Now tortoises are very, very clever. When they want to hide, they put in their head and their legs into their shells. Shh, very quiet. And they look like a little stone. "Come on, elephant. I bet you could do that." So the elephant tried. He pulled in his head. He pulled in his legs. "Do I look like a stone?" Did he look like a stone? Of course he didn't. You could still see his big ears and his long trunk and his big head and his back and his belly and his bottom. "I can't be a stone. I'm too big." So he went to see a big bird, an ostrich. He went to the ostrich and said, "Please help me. I've got to find somewhere to hide before those hunters come." "Well," said the ostrich, "you know what you should do? Put your head in the sand like me. Head in the sand." "Really?" said the elephant. "Is that going to work?" "Yes, come on, put your head in the sand." So he tried. He went over to a big mound of sand and put his head right in it. And the sand went up his nose. Achoo! 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 He said, "What a stupid achoo! I can't hide there. Achoo! That's silly." So he went off to find someone else to help him. He met the baboon. Now, baboons are monkeys, but they don't live in trees. They live in rocks and caves. So he went to Baboon and said, "Have you got anywhere I can hide? I've got to find somewhere to hide before those hunters come to the jungle." "Well," said Baboon, "I've got a big cave over there. Sure you can fit in." Elephant looked and said, "Don't It's big enough. Yes, it is. Plenty of room. Come on, come over. So the elephant walked over to the cave and tried to get in. Come on, said the elephant, pushing up, shoving up, pushing up, shoving. I can't get in, said the elephant. I'm too big. And he was. You could still see his big ears, his long trunk, his big head, his back, his belly, and his bottom too. Thanks for helping, said the elephant, but I can't hide in your cave. By this time he was thinking, what am I going to do? I've got to find somewhere to hide. And then he saw a parrot. And the parrot said, I can help you here, elephant. I've got some old feathers. You can dress up like a bird, and no one will know you're an elephant at all. Are you sure, said the elephant? It's the best idea I've got. Okay. So first the elephant rolled in the sticky mud. She was all sticky and muddy. And then he jumped in the big pile of parrot feathers, holding his trunk so he didn't start sneezing. And he rolled around till he was covered in feathers. Do I look like a bird? I'm afraid he didn't. He still had great big ears. He still had a great long trunk. He still had a big head, and he said had a big back and a big belly and a big bottom too. Oh dear, said the parrot. You don't look like a bird at all. You look like a big elephant covered in feathers. Sorry. By this time it was nearly night time, and no one knew where the elephant could hide. So they all got together. We've got to think of something. So they're thinking, behind a tree? No. Hole in the ground? No. Behind a bush? Behind a rock? No one could find a place for the elephant to hide. In the morning, the bird came back to the jungle. Everybody hide! The hunters are coming! And then what are we going to do? I'm too big, I've got nowhere to hide. The bird said, I've got an idea. You come with me down to the river. I can't swim! You're not going to swim. You're going to hide in the water. Hide in the river. So the elephant went down to the river, and he walked into the middle of the splash, 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 splash. And the bird told him to sit down on the bottom of the river. I'll drown! No, you won't. Leave your trunk sticking up in the air, and you'll be able to breathe. Oh, said the elephant, now that's what I call a good idea. Hurry up, said the bird, because I can see those hunters coming down the river in their canoe. So the elephant sat down with a splash under the water with his trunk sticking up. Just in time, as the hunters came down in their boat, looking around. I thought there was lots of animals in this jungle. We've not seen any yet. And they were just going past what looked like a little branch sticking out of the water. We know it was the elephant's trunk. And to make it look even more like a bit of tree, the little bird sat on the end of the trunk. But his feathers started to tickle. And then huge sneeze came out of the river. The hunters looked and said, oh, did you hear that bird sneeze? Oh, sounds like a monster. I don't like it here. Let's get home quick. And they turned the boat away and they paddled away as far as they could, and they wouldn't come back to that jungle for a long, long time. The hunters had gone and the animals were safe. They had a party, a celebration. There was plenty to eat and drink and singing and games and so much fun. And then it was getting a bit late and everybody wanted to go back to bed and have a nice rest. It had been a long, long day. But the elephant wanted to play one more game. Can you guess what it was? Hide and seek, of course, because now he's got a place to hide just like anybody else. So now you know, in the future, if it ever comes to part that you are playing hide and seek with an elephant, And you want to know where he is? He'll be in the river. Just look out for the trunk. Well, that's the story finished and shared with you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you had, enjoy it this summer. Summer's great for stories.